Most people spend their entire lives trying to be accepted by everyone around them. They want people to approve of their choices, support their dreams, and admire who they've become. They spend so much time chasing validation that they forget to ask themselves one simple question: what do I actually want? The truth is, you'll never be truly free if your happiness depends on someone else's opinion. As long as you're waiting for approval, someone else controls the direction of your life. Think about how many decisions you've made because you were afraid of what people might think. Maybe you didn't start the business because you were worried people would laugh if you failed. Maybe you stayed quiet instead of sharing your ideas because you were afraid of being judged. Maybe you've been pretending to be someone you're not just to fit in with people who don't even know the real you. Without realizing it, you've allowed other people's opinions to become more important than your own. The problem is that no matter how hard you try, you'll never be able to please everyone. If you're too ambitious, some people will call you obsessed. If you're confident, they'll call you arrogant. If you stay quiet, they'll think you're weak. If you speak your mind, they'll say you're difficult. No matter what you do, someone will always have something to say. So why spend your life trying to satisfy people who will never be satisfied? The people who accomplish incredible things don't waste their energy trying to convince everyone they're capable. They don't chase approval. They don't constantly explain themselves. They focus on becoming so good that their results speak louder than their words. Real confidence isn't walking into a room believing everyone will like you. Real confidence is walking into a room knowing that you don't need everyone to like you. That's a completely different mindset. When you stop seeking validation, something powerful happens. You stop comparing yourself to everyone around you. You stop measuring your worth through likes, comments, compliments, or recognition. You stop changing who you are just to fit someone else's expectations. Instead, you begin living for your own standards. And those standards matter far more than anyone else's opinion ever will. The people who criticize you the most usually aren't living your life. They aren't taking your risks. They aren't putting in your effort. They're watching from the sidelines while you're trying to build something meaningful. So why should they decide what's possible for you? One of the biggest mistakes people make is announcing every goal they have. They tell everyone they're going to change. They're going to get in shape, start a business, learn a new skill, or completely transform their life. Then they wait for applause. But applause doesn't build success. Action does. Instead of telling people what you're going to do, show them what you've already done. Work in silence. Improve in private. Let people wonder how you changed instead of listening to you talk about changing. Because results are impossible to argue with. The more you focus on becoming better, the less you'll care about proving yourself to anyone else. And that's where true freedom begins. You'll realize that not everyone has to understand your journey. Not everyone has to believe in your dreams. Not everyone has to support your decisions. You only need one person to believe in you: yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with the choices you make. You're the one who has to wake up every morning knowing whether you gave your best or settled for someone else's expectations. Stop asking for permission to become the person you want to be. Stop waiting for someone else to tell you you're good enough. Stop chasing approval from people who aren't living your life. The moment you stop seeking validation is the moment you start becoming yourself. And once you become comfortable walking your own path, you'll discover something that most people never do. The opinions that once held you back no longer have power over you. Because your confidence no longer comes from being accepted by everyone else. It comes from knowing exactly who you are. And that's something no one can ever take away from you.